Isolation day 10. I hope everyone's keeping well. It's Saturday the 28th of March today. I know I said it was the 28th on yesterday's video, but I did record it at 12:30 in the morning, so I made a mistake there. What I thought I would do is revisit day 9, the summary chart, just to revisit exactly what I said I would do for today. You can see on that chart that for the morning until 11 a.m. my blood sugars were relatively level and managed pretty well. So I tested my basal rate then, and I've done exactly the same today, and it seems to be absolutely fine. So I'm not looking to adjust that at all. What we have noticed is that between the times of 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning and 1 p.m, my blood sugars are reducing, and they were reducing quite significantly. So I said yesterday that I would reduce my basal rate from 1.4 to 1.375. I did so, and it has affected my blood sugars in so much as it's not reducing quite as far. So you can see today it went from 5.5 to 4.5 between 11:30 and 1:30. What I'm looking to do tomorrow is to reduce it slightly further. So I'm going to take my basal rate from 1.375 to 1.35 and see if we can just get that level and not falling below the 4.5 mark, which means I will adjust the basal rate between the time of 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. because my active insulin works for 4 hours. I'll adjust it a couple of hours before I need the blood sugars to remain level. The other problem that I had today, when I ate lunch, what I found was that my blood sugar increased quite dramatically, which is exactly what it did yesterday. Now, I'm not entirely sure if that's due to the fact I hadn't eaten anything before, but my gut feel is it's due to the fact that I'm not, and I have this problem quite often, I was quite hungry, so unsurprisingly. So what I did was I took my insulin, and then I didn't quite wait as long as I should do for the insulin to become active and to take effect, so that when I ate, my blood sugar didn't increase dramatically. So that's exactly what it did today. It did exactly the same yesterday. I've only had 17 grams of carbs today for lunch, and my blood sugar increased quite a lot because I didn't give the insulin enough time to work. Tomorrow I'll try and improve upon that. One of the other things that I did say I would look at is the insulin sensitivity ratio at lunchtime, but I think I'll give it another day and we'll see how that works. After that, my blood sugars seem to remain quite low. I struggled somewhat this evening in so much as when I got to 6:30, my blood sugar was 2.8, I think it was, and the 16 grams of carbs that I had to take for my evening meal was exactly the same was exactly the same as the pump was telling me I needed to take, just to remain level, just to get back to a level playing field. Yeah, that's the problem to a certain extent. My bloods have been a little bit low today, a little bit too low, and you can see that from the pictures. The 3-hour graph, although quite steady, is showing that my blood sugars were too low. The 6-hour graph again shows that I've been low quite a lot later on in the day. The 12-hour shows the increase after lunch, and you can see again that before lunch it was fine. It seems to be absolutely fine. So you can see the increase, and then you can see the dramatic decline when I take the correction dose and reduce my insulin. A little bit frustrated by that, but look, I'm going to work my way through the day and hopefully improve upon that. So meter high 6.9, meter low 2.1, meter average 4.8. A little bit look, I'm disappointed by it, to be honest. It's not a great day, and it should have been a much better day than that, but we'll improve upon that tomorrow, and I will get the basal rate working till 2 o'clock, and then what I'll have to do is try and get the basal rate working from 2 p.m. for the rest of the evening. I did have a brief plod this evening because I needed to get out of the house and I needed to get some fresh air. My blood sugars were on the increase at the time, and so I felt comfortable doing so. My son also came with me, his bike, which was great actually. So I found this picture, I think we called it a guillotine, which was the old school finger pricker when I first became diabetic. This thing was like it was like a machine that would hammer the lancet into your finger, and I'm sure all children were pretty scared of this thing, and you always kind of winced and you tried to look. Well, I certainly looked away when I did it because it was quite brutal, and they've improved it. But I thought I'd show you a picture of it. For those of you that remember, you'll definitely remember. For those of you that never had to experience this, think yourself very lucky, because it was a brutal piece of machinery that was not enjoyed. So I thought it'd bring a smile to a few people's faces that they don't have to do this anymore. So tomorrow I'm going to reduce the basal rate, as I've said, between 8 and 11 a.m. and we'll see how I fare not eating till 2 p.m. If I can get that sorted, then we can assess the rest of the day. Look after yourselves, okay? And I'll revisit tomorrow and we can have an update. I'm hoping for a much better day tomorrow. I'm looking to get some decent results to be able to not be going so low quite so often.